Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be going over how to take mid on Mirage. Middle on Mirage is one of the most heavily contested positions in CS2, so it's very important if you're playing the map that you understand how to take mid properly. Now there's 3 different ways I'm going to go over in this video on how to take mid on Mirage, and that is taking mid fast, taking mid safe, and then taking mid slow. But before we get into the rest of the video, let's hear a quick word from today's sponsor, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is an automated trading site that allows you to take some of your old skins and trade them in for some new ones. There are a ton of skins on the site, but if you're looking for something specific, you can use the filter to find the skin that you're looking for. If you see a skin on the site that you want and you don't have one of equal value, you can also deposit money with a 30% bonus plus an extra 5% if you use my code GRAPE at checkout. There's currently a Christmas event live on the site right now and you can get a free gift just by signing in through Steam. There are no hidden requirements. And if you want to claim more gifts for free, all you have to do is just keep trading on the site. There is also a Santa's Raffle advent calendar where you can claim a gift every single day and then use those tickets to enter in a giveaway for some awesome skins. So just make sure to use the link in my description and have fun trading. Alright, so before we go into what we need to be doing on the T side, I'm just going to go over quickly what the CTs might be doing on any given round. As we all know, there is a connector player, there's a window player, and there's a cat player. And most of the time, they're just going to be playing towards their positions, towards connector, cat, and window. But there are going to be times where the CTs try and fight mid at the start of the round and try and take it from us before we even get out top mid. And the most common way this is done is just having 2 CTs jump out window at the start of the round, run it up top mid ramp, wait for some support flashes high right, and then just swing and fight us in the middle of the ramp. Another thing the CTs might do is throw a bottom connector smoke and then get a late flash from their teammate towards A to swing through and fight us towards mid, so we have to be ready for that as well. And it's also very common for the window player to throw a boxes molly, so if we smoke window at the start of the round, then a CT might come here and then throw a molly like this, so we have to be ready if we're smoking window or just in general if they just throw it right away at the start of the round, that there might be a boxes molly and we can't just sit here at boxes. Of course, without a plan. So basically all you need to know is that if the CTs aren't fighting mid and running at you at the start of the round, they're either waiting for the mid round to fight mid or they're just not fighting mid at all. Alright, so now that we know what the CTs might do, let's go over what we need to do on the T side to take mid fast. Now, taking mid fast on T side will almost always require you to have someone throw an instant window smoke. And I'm not going to go over every lineup in this video, but I will link a guide in the description below if you don't know some of the lineups. But the first thing you need when you're taking mid fast is just someone to throw a fast window smoke, and that can be anyone on your team. Whoever has the lineup and has the spawn, usually if you have someone with this spawn closer to mid, you don't want them throwing the window smoke because you want them going out fast as the first person. And also just a quick note for every smoke that I'm going to be going over that we're throwing from spawn, so whether it's a top mid smoke, a window smoke, or a connector smoke, if you have a player lurking towards A on your team on T side, if they still have their smoke, you want them to drop their smoke over to your teammates so that you can have an extra smoke towards mid or B. Because as the A lurk, you're not really going to get that much use out of an extra smoke towards A, so if your teammates can use it towards mid, it's much better, and if they push you and you die with the smoke, that's even worse. So just a quick note, make sure that your A lurk is dropping the smoke over to you, or if you are the A lurk, make sure that you are dropping the smoke to your teammates. And the second smoke we might optionally need is the connector smoke, and all you need for that is to just have someone come into this corner, aim above the middle of this rug right here, just a little bit above the top of the red, and then jump throw. This smoke is the one that lands towards connector and then blocks off any of the CT's visions toward cat. So if we want to take fast mid and go up cat, then this smoke will be the one that we want to throw. But there's 2 ways of taking fast mid. You're either taking towards con or you're taking towards cat. And of course, if we're taking towards con, we're not going to be throwing a con smoke there to block us off. So first I'm going to go over how to take fast mid and take towards con. So all you really need is the window smoke at the start of the round. And if you don't have a fast window smoke, you can throw the slow one, but it will make the default a little bit more clunky. Just have someone come to the front of the trash can, aim right here, press D, and then jump throw. It just makes our round a lot slower because we have to sit here and wait for the smoke to pop before going out mid. And then if the CTs decided to push at the start of the round, they're going to have an easier time pushing us top mid because we have to wait for the smoke before we can even peek, and they're going to be able to get very close. So just try to make sure you have the fast window smoke. Now after you have the smoke down for window, all you really need to know is the flashes and the scaling. So the most important support flash that we have to be throwing is the window flash, and this can be our B lurk or it can be one of the last people towards top mid. And all you have to do is just come here and then throw a flash over mid like this. Make sure you're in between these 2 spots like this so that if anyone jumps out underpass, they're going to be getting blind. If anyone swings off of cat, they're going to be getting blind, and then any window player playing in a wide spot like this will also get blind. That way we can take the risk and swing window before our smoke even pops, but if we don't want to take that risk, we can just sit here for 1 second and just wait for our window smoke to land before swinging mid so we don't get opt down by someone playing in an anti-flash spot. That's one flash we need. The second flash we need is our first person coming out of mid, so the first person swinging mid has to bounce a flash like this off of the wall. This flash is important because if any opper comes towards connector, they're not going to be getting blind by our window flash, so the only flash that we can throw that will get him is a flash like this that bounces in valley and will blind him before we peek. And the last positions we want to make sure that we're flashing is if anyone is running up mid and playing anti-flash, or if anyone is jumping towards cat. And because these people that are running up mid or jumping up cat are going to be playing anti-flash from our flashes that pop immediately, it's important that we throw 1 extra late flash so that we get them while they turn and start fighting us. And we just have to have this done by the second player. So after our first player flashes into Valley, our second player, as he's running out to fight mid, just throws a flash like this behind the boxes so that it lands here and gets anyone in the Valley as they turn to start fighting towards mid. An important thing about this flash is that you do not aim too far to the left, because this will happen. If you aim too far to the left, you can see that it'll go into this cubby here and then it won't actually blind anyone. So you want to aim around in the middle of this square right here and then just throw the flash like that. And that will be a perfect flash for mid. And once you get all these flashes down, it's going to be very easy for you to just swing mid and take these fights. And now if we're taking towards connector, our scaling is very important if we're the first and second player. So the first person scaling should be coming out of mid after they throw their flash. They should swing directly into Valley, take these fights into mid, clear for anyone pushing mid at the start of the round, and then take these fights towards cat with the headshot angle and then hold towards cat. After you clear this, you can also just jump up towards chair and take a deeper fight into cat and then hold this angle and spot towards cat. Just make sure that you understand you can't sit here the whole round and you have to move towards connector and then take towards connector to help your team. Then the second player, after they throw their flash, can be the one swinging up towards con, taking this fight. If there's a bottom con smoke, they can take the fight over the smoke. And then if there isn't a bottom con smoke, these people can double peek by having one person peek from bottom con and then one person peek from cat at the same exact time. That is of course an aggressive way to take towards connector and take these fights, but it is not bad at all, because if you're a connector player, you will understand that this is a hard fight to win. Obviously you shouldn't be standing here fighting this if you don't have a bottom con smoke, but even any fights over the top of the con smoke are pretty hard to win, especially in CS2 where swinging is very advantageous for the swinger. But if you want to be safe about taking towards con, you can just have the bottom mid player throw a top con smoke like this and then molly left side con, and then you can take towards con safely like that. And that's basically it for taking mid fast. The only difference, if you're taking up towards cat, you have the bottom con smoke, so you're not getting seen from con. You still have the first person come here and scale and clear towards cat. And the second player just comes here and swings up cat right away. And then you have one player come here and then just throw two flashes into con like this, so that anyone trying to spam cat from con will be getting blind and probably fall back. But also any cat player will also get blind by this flash, and your teammate swinging up cat will get a free kill. And if you really want to catch the cat player off guard, or your spawns aren't really the best for mid, you can just have the first person coming out of mid swing up cat, and the second person is the one coming here and trying to hold the cat swing. I just think if the CTs push mid on us, it can be a little bit more scary if our second player is the one coming here to clear it, because if he dies to this fight and then our cat player is here isolated, there's a good chance that we just lose both of these people and then get nothing off of it. So if we always just have the first person come here and swing and clear this at the start of the round, we won't have to worry about it, and then we can also just go up cat with the second person, and it doesn't really matter that we're a little bit later because we have someone swinging and holding the ladder cross so that we know they can't be ladder, or at least we'll spot them. And then even if they're playing a position like this, we're getting a flash towards con so that this person will be blind anyway. Alright, now we're going to go over my favorite way to take mid, and that is taking mid safe. When you're taking mid fast, you're taking a lot of risk by trying to get the fight early on the CTs and catch them off guard. So if they break open the window smoke or just win the fights in mid from bottom valley, then obviously we're going to be in a bad spot in the round. So it's very high risk but high reward, because if it does work out, we're getting space very quick, we're taking towards con fast, or we're taking towards cat fast, and that is very good for us if we're able to take that, within 10-15 seconds of the round. But personally, my favorite way to fight mid is safe, because it is super strong against any early fights from the CTs, and also if the CTs try and do a repop into mid right after we take mid, we're already going to be prepared for that, and I'll show you that right now. So the smoke we're going to be using along with a window smoke when we take mid safe is a top mid smoke. And if you don't know, the better top mid smoke is not the one where you jump on top of the trash can and then aim here and left click. This is the old way of throwing it, and this is just not good anymore. The smoke just leaves too big of a gap for anyone con trying to spot us across two boxes. So the smoke you need to be throwing for top mid is this. Just come to this part of the trash can, aim at the tip of the antenna, and then just left click throw. The smoke will land here, and then anyone con won't be able to spot us cross the boxes. Anyone window still won't be able to see us cross the boxes. And we just have more space to lurk around the smoke and play around it, especially even if we get mollied out of boxes. We can play more around it this side without having to worry about anyone seeing us from valley unless they are super wide. So when we're taking mid safe, you want to be throwing a top mid smoke like I just showed, and a window smoke whether it's fast or the slow lineup. Then the first person's role when they're going up mid is throwing the same flash when they're going fast mid, but instead of crossing towards valley, they're crossing towards boxes and then crossing to Delpan and sitting here and waiting. And of course, also you want to be having your gun out and ready to fight any of these people as you're swinging mid. So make sure you're not just having your knife out, and be ready for any sort of fight, because it is possible that someone does a cat jump or runs up mid at the start of the round. And the second person does the same flash as before, but instead of running towards cat, they just come to boxes and sit here and wait. The reason this way of taking mid is so strong is because of the next part of the default. The third person is very important. You need to have this person right here stand anywhere around this part of top mid, then look for this square right here, and then just aim at the red and hold a left click flash. And this flash is so strong because if any of the CTs try and push towards mid, so let's say we hear a bottom con smoke and then we hear the CTs flash over mid and try and fight through bottom con, while we have someone sitting here anti-flash holding for the walk up, and then one person boxes just waiting. If we hear the CTs do this play, we can tell our teammate top mid to throw this flash for us. We can just tell our teammate to throw this flash for us, and then we peek together from boxes and Delpan, and anyone in valley, anyone cat will be completely blind and will get the freest kills ever. And this is what the flash looks like from anyone in valley or swinging through con. It is possible to turn from because obviously the flash is going so far across, but still either way, you're going to be catching them while they're turning and then trying to peek back into you. So it is a good flash. One thing about this flash is that it is important that you aim it high like I showed and not aim it low so it lands like in here. Because if the flash pops on the floor like that, it won't actually blind anyone valley because obviously it's on the floor and they can't see it. So make sure you never make that mistake. But I really like this default because a lot of the CTs will just try and swing through bottom con late or swing off cat late. So if we have this flash, these people are just not expecting us to be so ready to have a perfect support flash like this when they're fighting off mid, and we're just going to get really free kills. And if the CTs don't do anything to fight mid, we can either just double peek it together and clear it, but if we want to be safe, we can just have the flash thrown anyway, then just walk down valley and continue the default like normal. Maybe have our boxes player, throw the window smoke again to re-smoke it so we don't get caught while we're walking down valley. And we can have our bottom con player throw con nades just like I showed before to take towards connector. This would be a use of 4 smoke, so if you're going to do something like that, you have to make sure that you're ready to split into a site because you can't really regroup with just one smoke unless you're going to plan to go B with just a market window smoke. So make sure you're understanding how many smokes you're using in mid and don't just waste them randomly. But that's basically it for the safe default, and if you just understand that one flash for Delpan, then you're really going to get a lot of free kills in mid. Now for the slow mid take, which is the simplest one of all, this one will usually require you to have 4 people dedicated to mid. All you have to do for the slow mid take at the start of the round is either throw a top mid smoke or a window smoke, not both, just one. And this is just to feint pressure towards mid and make it look like a normal default. But instead of us going out top mid at the start of the round, we're actually going to be having 2 people double walk underpass, and we're going to wait top mid for these people to get close first. So the whole point of this default is to let the CTs take mid if they want it. So we can throw like 1 window flash or 1 boxes flash just to make it look like a normal default. But if the CTs want to take towards mid and get into a setup where they sit 1 person here or take towards close top mid, that's fine because we're really just waiting for our underpass players to walk up before we start taking mid for real. So after you throw your first initial smoke for mid, just have 1 person sit back with a smoke over here and 1 person close playing anti-flash. In case the CTs try and flash play in mid, this person can be anti-flash and then turn and kill them. And then have 2 people start towards B and walk towards underpass and just walk up the whole way. And then when they start reaching towards halfway, this person needs to go back and get ready to smoke window again. So they just come here and throw the late window smoke. And then the person that threw the window smoke is going to throw a window flash. And the person that was sitting top mid will just throw their own support flash here and then just start scaling out top mid. So even if this person dies to some sort of setup in mid, our 2 people underpass will be right here ready to backstep right away because all the attention is going to be pulled towards this person mid and everyone's going to be looking for him. And these people mid will have a really free kill on anyone sitting towards valley or trying to play in a mid setup. If you are worried about connector, you can just have one of the players underpass throw a flash like this off the bench. You really just bounce it off the bench anywhere like that, and then anyone connector will be getting blind if they're trying to hold underpass. But I usually just like taking the risk because I think if anyone was trying to play towards connector, they might turn and try and help for mid if they're not really paying attention to what might be happening in the round. But if you're playing against better players, there might be someone sitting here and holding underpass even if there is commotion towards top mid. So throwing a flash might be better if you want to be a little bit safer. But that's basically the whole take. It's super simple, and if the CTs are just playing in a mid setup and not paying attention, you're just going to get the easiest backstep kills from underpass and you're going to win the round super easily. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to go over in today's video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Check out my Discord or leave a comment in my YouTube or Twitch chat when I'm live. If you're interested in coaching or demo reviews, check out my Metafy linked in the description below. But yeah, I hope this video can help you in your games. See ya.